Mr. Ranny Duck, and welcome back for another video. Today's video we've got 3 replays to show you in the Tier 8 German tank destroyer tech tree tank, the JAGDPANTHER II. Now if you want to see the equipment and crew setup I run in this tank, you will see it at the bottom of the screen right now. So the first replay we've got for you today is a top tier replay where we are on Airfield and we are platooned up with our good pal Petty 360 in the French light tank. So yeah, initially on Airfield we are top tier, as I say. I'm just going to push to the sort of D5-6 ridges and just see what we can do from there at the start. Just again, you know, work out what gets spotted, see if Petty spots anything, and see if we can get an eye for where the enemy team are playing. And then from there we can make our decision. But you know, we've gone pretty much to the centre of the map where we can try and rotate to suit essentially. Now I absolutely love this JAGDPANTHER II. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did when I was playing it, because you know, genuinely speaking, with the non-turreted tank destroyers, I'm not much of a fan. But you know, I make an exception for this because for some reason I just really got on well with it, and I really love that 490 alpha gun. You know, you really feel like you punished that stuff. Just like this enemy French light tank, who I'm not entirely sure what that decision was. Somehow he managed to, you know, evade everyone else's shots and is still in this game. But we did get one shot in, high rolling for 517. We then get another shot in here through the enemy Russian heavy tank, the ISM, in front of us here. And you know, this, like I say, this gun is absolutely filthy. I mean, you've got a lot of things this JAGDPANTHER. You've got good mobility, you've got decent concealment. I think with this setup I've got the concealment down to 283. Your armour, especially when you're top tier, you can actually bounce quite a few shots when you're side scraping like this, and sort of hiding your lower plate, because the lower plate being a German tank destroyer, you know, with your engine being in the front, you can get set on fire if people get shots for your lower plate. But so far this is going pretty well for us. We picked up 2 kills, just shy now of 2,000 damage, and we're seeing if we can squeeze a shot into that enemy medium crossing, but it wasn't quite possible. But it is a pretty even game at the moment, 13 versus 12, so we've got on, you know, pretty decently, but there's still a lot left of, you know, a lot of potential in this game for more damage, especially with all these tanks pushing up on our position. You can see we swapped to the small mini map here, so we can see exactly what's going to happen, you know, where the tanks are. We're going to try and squeeze in a shot into that Tiger 131, putting them onto a one shot and putting us onto 2,300 damage. We're now going to turn our attention to this ISU tank destroyer on the top, hoping it gets taken out just so it eliminates that angle, and we don't have to worry ourselves about getting shot in the side. But it looks like our team is approaching on him now, and he's probably not going to be able to pay much attention to myself. So I'm going to see if I can put any more damage into this other Tiger 131, damaging his engine, putting him onto a one shot. And now there's another Tiger, and we're going to try and deal with that as well. We're just going to see if we can finish off the one shot first, and we do. Putting ourselves into 3,400 damage with 3 kills now. And you can see we haven't actually eaten any damage yet. We damaged the Tiger 131's ammo rack there, which is good. You never know, might be able to ammo rack him if he hasn't repaired that. But you know, if not, it's just, at least it slows down his DPM. But it does look like he's repaired his ammo rack. But we squeeze in another shot again. We get a nice bounce there, actually bouncing 1,000. Still haven't eaten any damage yet. Get a final shot in, putting him onto 35 hit points before he gets taken out by our friendly Tiger 131. Putting us onto a 9 versus 5, where we've got just shy now of 5,000 damage, just going over the 5,000 mark. And we're just trying to get as much out of this game as we possibly can now. Just looking at where the damage is going to be. I think this enemy heavy tank is on a one shot. We're going to try and push in, see if we can take out this tank here, and see if we can pick up our 4th kill of the game, because this game is all but over here. We do manage to squeeze that shot in there, putting us on to 5,600 damage almost, with 4 kills, a tiny bit of assistance, and 1,000 blocked. But it's just the enemy tank destroyer and the enemy fun police left in this game. But I'm not too sure we're going to be able to get over there, unfortunately, because they are all the way over at the sort of C9 position. Maybe the artillery, we might be able to get a shot in. We do actually, the artillery does get detected. He's fairly close. At this point, I'm just hoping, can I just squeeze in one shot? It'd be nice just to be able to put this game above the 6k mark, but it's looking less and less likely that we're going to be able to do that. He does get, he's on pretty much a one shot to everyone now anyway, not much hit points, but we're just going to try and go over there, see if we can get the kill, see if we can snap that up. But it gets taken by Petty in the Iraq 105, and that's it for replay number 1. But with 2 more replays to come, let's move on to the second replay of the video. You see, we do get our brothers in arms, an ace tanker and a high caliber there, but yeah, let's swiftly move on. Okay, so here we are for replay number 2. This time being on Lakeville, where there is 1 enemy fun police and 1 enemy light tank, and we are in tier 9 matchmaking this time, and we do not have the help of our friendly platoon mate Petty 360. We are playing solo. So initially we're just going to move up, just kind of standard tank destroyer position, just to see if we can get any punish on anything which may get detected crossing, and something does get spotted. It's the enemy pattern there. I was suspecting to spot a tank crossing, but nothing did. We try and get a punishing shot in there, and unfortunately, we don't pen. We do pick up a bit of assistance, and frankly, we don't eat any damage for getting lit up and detected there. And we pick up a little bit more assistance there on this tank, which we somehow spotted on the cross, putting us onto about, well, just shy of 1,000 assistance there, on about sort of 900 assistance. So an okay start to the game. Would have liked to have got a nice punishing shot on St. Crossing, but nothing really got detected. And we just got to stay patient at this moment. We're just, you see, waiting. We know there's a tank behind this building, but we wasn't able to get that shot in there. We kind of fluffed that shot somewhat. Pulling back though, again, we don't want to eat any damage. And looking at our team pushing up down through the city, which is good for us, because if those tanks push all the way through the city, they're going to flush out those tanks from those positions and allow us to get shots in. It also gives us the opportunity to push down this line. The enemy pattern tries to make an aggressive play there, and we finish him off before he's able to get to an annoying position, and we get our first kill of the game and our first penetration shot of damage. Now, as you can see, our team again are pushing through the town in the 8-9 line. Once they've managed to push forward, I'm going to take the advantage and push down this 4-line river road, and then try and put the pincer the enemy team, because it looks like we may be losing the 1-2 potentially. So if that happens, I want to be able to win the other side as quickly as possible, so we can end up coming behind them, or just freeze up options for us to areas of the map basically, so we take a bit of control. Enemy Borsig is leaving. We try and squeeze in the shot as they leave. So far, I managed to pick up 1,200 damage, 1,200 assistance, 764 damage, and 1 kill. So we've had an okay start, not the best. We'd like to get a bit more, but it's 14 versus 11, and it looks like it has the feeling that we're starting to win this game, because quite often when you win the town, the enemy team will see retreating like this. They get pushed in a really awkward situation, because if the enemy team hasn't won the 1-2 line and we've won this side, we're just going to end up coming behind the enemy team, and it's going to be quite easy for us to pick up a lot more damage. So it puts the enemy team under a lot of pressure. So did you see, it's just a case of, can we get as much damage out of this as we can now? I really feel like this is probably going to be a win for us. Get one shot there into the Tiger. We actually pick up a bit more assistance as well. Should be able to finish him off, but it gets taken out by our friendly motherland there. So now we're just going to keep this push forward and just try and get as much in as we can. Get one shot there into the AMEX CDC. Pick up a bit of assistance with only 8 tanks remaining, and yeah, they have finally broke through to the 1-2 line, but there's still quite a lot of tanks defending our base as well. So yeah, this is all about a win at this point. It's just about getting as much damage out as we possibly can before the end. Artillery shots. Hopefully we can get the finishing kill there on the little piggy, and we do, picking up our second kill of the game. Puts on to, well, just shy of 3,000 damage, 2,300 assistance there. Get a nice shot there into the Borsig as well. With only 4 tanks remaining, we're just going to push our advantage through and try and get as many tanks as we can. We should be able to go through this Earthshaker no problem. Pick this into almost 4,000 damage now. And yeah, like I say, this game is won right now. It's just getting as much out of this as we can. Should have the finishing kill on the Earthshaker, picking up our 3rd kill of the game. Puts us on the 4,000 damage, 2,300 assistance. With only 1 little tank remaining, he gets taken out by a friendly Batchat, I believe. Bring us then to replay number 2, but with one more replay to come, so let's just see how we got on, then we will move on to the final replay of the video. 3 kills, 4,000 damage, 2,000 assistance. We do get the ace tanker as well, and yeah, that is it for replay number 2, but let's move on to the final replay. Okay, so here we are for the final replay on Halluf. We are top tier again. There is 2 enemy fun police in the game this time, 2 enemy artillery, and 1 enemy light tank, and we are playing solo. So we are just going to initially, being top tier, this tank can be a beast, to be honest with you, being top tier, because the armour does actually, can be effective. It's also, I mean, it can be good against tier 10 matchmaking as well, just because you do have high penetration on your premium rounds of 311 and 490 alpha. So you do feel like you can, when you hit a tier 10, you do take away a chunk of their hit points, as well as having that concealment. I've been playing it quite aggressively, as you can see in most of these replays, but you can also play it a bit more passively, because you do have that concealment to help you out in multiple situations as well. So yeah, so good start to this game for our team. 2 enemy tanks have already been taken out, and we have the tank advantage. Haven't really got much, anything in there for ourselves yet, but there's still plenty of time to go. We're just going to try and push up now. We waited to see if we can get any cross shots and any tanks which may cross, going towards the middle of the map at the start. Wasn't quite able to do that. We are now low. The enemy tank are already 3 tanks down just at the start of this game. We're going to try and squeeze one into this Tiger 131. We do. He's tracked in a really vulnerable position there. Unfortunately, our Caliban misses there, but we should be able to get another shot here. We're going to try and go through the drive wheel, and we get a nice shot in there, finishing him off. Putting ourselves on to just shy of 9,000 damage now, 1 kill. And we have lost a tiny bit of hit points. Going to try and get a shot into this enemy medium tank there. We do squeeze one in through the, I think it's a Huntsman, is it? Yeah. Putting us onto 1,300 damage. Got to be careful of this tank destroyer to our left. But with our tanks moving down to 1-2, we might be able to try and pincer them and move forward here. Have got to be a little bit careful, because I'm moving into a position which could be a bit of a problem if artillery starts to focus us. Going to try and kill this enemy Sturv there. Putting in a nice shot, putting us into 1,800 damage. And like I said, I'm just trying to get the damage in as quickly as possible to try and win this situation, because we are actually technically outgunned here looking at this now, and we've got the enemy artillery with us as well, so we are pushed kind of in an awkward situation. But with his enemy tank destroyer coming around, he presents us a lovely shot. He does put one into us, so putting us under 600 hit points, but at least we've traded it out, putting him onto a one-shot to us. But as you can see, the enemy fun police is trying to rain death from the sky. I've got that the artillery marker on us, and I'm just trying to stay, avoid those shells like that one, which could have ended our day. So I need to kind of push forward now, because I'm in a kill zone to the artillery right now. So I'm going to try and push in and kill this ISM, but you can see there's a heavy tank just to the left of the ISM, and that's awkward, because it's stopping me moving up close and getting safe from the artillery until that tank's been taken out. So I really need that tank to be taken out, otherwise I'm just in danger of getting killed by the artillery. We do manage to squeeze in a shot there and a kill, putting us into 3,700 damage. Finally, that tank on the left gets taken out, freeing up the ability to move forward. We put one shot into the Italian tank destroyer, putting us into 4,000 damage and 2 kills. With 8 tanks remaining, or say 6 tanks remaining, I can't see. Pounced the Sturv there, could have picked up another kill potentially, or at least another shot of damage. And yeah, we're just going to try and again, this tank. This game feels pretty much won. It's just about squeezing in as much as we can, yet again, at this last sort of remaining part of this game. We're just trying to get over there as quickly as we possibly can to get as much out of this game as possible. So looking what they got left, there's enemy artillery, 2 heavy tanks and 1 tank destroyer. We do pick up a little bit of assistance here. We're going to try and get one for the lower plate of this tank destroyer, which we do. Then we're going to try and sort of hide our lower plate, and we do bounce one off the side armour there, put this onto 1,700 blocked actually. And now we should be able to get the finish on this Viteria here. We do, picking up 5,000 damage and our third kill, and a tiny bit of assistance with 1 tank remaining. Can we get that one last shot in? We're going to hopefully try Just trying to squeeze over there as quickly as possible. But I'm looking, you know, less and less likely. But he is full health. If he comes around here, we should be able to get another shot in. Hopefully, we're going to try and squeeze in this shot in. We're on the reload here. Can we freeze it in to get the kill? And, oh, it just goes in to put the 6,000 damage in the 4th kill. And bringing us in to the replay in JAGDPANTHER II. So let's see how we got on then. 4 kills, 6,000 damage. Yes, we do pick up the ace tanker again. Quite a decent replay considering it was only 4 minutes long. Picked up a lot of damage. Just shows you how quickly you can rack up damage in this tank. That's it for all the replays. So thank you so much for your amazing support as always. And let's remember, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight. Hadouken!